Hey everybody, welcome back. Trailer reaction time. Yes, Mikey P, we're finally doing it. I'm sorry I'm late. Today we're here to finally catch up on a trailer. I'm very late to the Comic-Con teaser. Technically our first look, I believe. I don't recall. I mean, there's been imagery, but I don't think we've had any kind of trailer yet for this. Season 1 of DC's, I'm adding that, Creature Commandos. The new DCU's kickoff, the official kickoff. It is an animated series, but as we know with James Gunn's plan moving forward, they have mapped out and basically written the overall story for the first 10 years of his DC universe, and it's going to start right here. Creature Commandos. It's all going to tie in. Video games, cartoons, and movies. That's dangerous, but in James Gunn, I trust. So, I've loved that man since Romeo and Juliet. Been a huge fan of his work, and I grew up with him in a lot of the same circles. Never met him, but I know I have a lot of connecting friends and colleagues and people I've worked with and blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying I have any connection to him. Like, I don't have that. That would be too cool. Excuse me, I'm choking. Something hit the back of my throat. And I want to make a joke that at least young James Gunn would think was funny, but I shouldn't at the start of this video. If you want to see the trailer without my simping for James Gunn face in the way, I'll beat you to it. There's a link in the description below or something's popping up right about now. You can click on that, check it out, come on back, watch me watch this, and then we're geeking out over it together because it's going to be gig out worthy. Because not only do I love everything I've ever seen James Gunn do, I'm sorry, I got to turn on my AC. It seems to have kicked off. Not only do I love everything I've ever seen James Gunn do, there's also the whole fact that I loved his the Suicide Squad, and I loved his Peacemaker. So if that's going to be what this is more of, and I don't think his whole universe is going to be that, which is fine. I think he understands certain things need to be certain ways, but it does all need to connect. And I love, of course, the Guardians of the Galaxy films. But I'm really excited to get in here, and this is going to hopefully tide us over so we can get his Superman, which, I have real high hopes and real faith. Not that I liked every Superman, all right? I like Zack Snyder's Superman too. And yes, Cavill deserved more in a lot of ways, but I'm ready. I'm ready for a fresh start with an eye towards where it's all heading before you begin. We don't get that as much as we should anymore. All right, let's do it. Let's watch.
General flag.
Okay. Why
this is Belle Reeve. For over 50 years, only those at the uppermost levels are aware of its existence.
I thought Congress put a stop to all Task Force X activities.
Congress said you can't use human prisoners. These assholes aren't human.
Are you smiling?
Yes.
Sarcastically?
Mm-hmm.
He's facing!
This is your new task force.
It's been oh so long since G.I. Robot has sent Nazis back to hell.
Let's call it Task Force M. M for Monster. Also known as...
Oh yeah, give it to me now. Give it to me now. I like the animation style. I should also mention that anybody playing a character in this, that is also a character they will play in live action. So I'm down for that. Yeah, man, I kind of forgot that it was like monsters. And I'll let G.I. Robot, I already love. I'm unfamiliar. Who was the Dr. Phosphorus, was it? A lot of these characters I don't know. I'll admit, I'm not super versed in the lore and the comics and everything. You know, I mean, I've read my fair share here and there. But none of this am I familiar with other than Amanda Waller and, you know, Flag. But, yeah, I'm excited for it. It looks interesting. It's interesting characters. It's something we haven't seen. It will be neat to see how it actually does play in to everything moving forward, and how it will play on its own as well. So I'm in. It just looks good. I love the gag too. You know, just that image of Lady Frankenstein, you know, flipping everybody off and everything. It's got James Gunn's heart and soul and spirit, and I'm there for it. It looks like fun. It looks like it could have some harshness and heaviness and some pathos as well. But overall, it looks like fun, which maybe the studios will learn, especially from, say, the reception of Deadpool and Wolverine, that when we want to go see comic book movies, for the most part, we want to have fun. even if you need to get dark and depressing sometimes, and you do, because it needs to be a roller coaster, you need to balance it out. It can't just be one note. It can't just be this high-flying comedy, and it can't just be, grimy gloom and doom of, say, the Snyderverse. It needs to have some kind of nice up and down flow, and I think we're going to get there, so I'm excited for it. And again, that wasn't to be a knock at the Snyderverse. I loved Zack Snyder's stuff. I loved his versions of things. And I mean, I haven't got around to Rebel Moon yet. That's a different story, because the whole I'm going to have a director's cut when no one made me have a non-director's cut, like that irks me a little bit, but I'll let him slide, because I do think visually he's fantastic. All right, that said and done, I think Snyder always had the vision. Gunn always had the writing, which is kind of funny, because both of I think it was basically their first movie in the Hollywood system was the Dawn of the Dead remake, which I should have been pissed at, because Dawn of the Dead is like my all-time favorite movie. And I thought they did absolutely great on that. I think the remake is a worthy remake and almost as great as the original. I hold that in very high regard. All right, that said and done, I should shut up and say what you say. Say what you want to say. Let me know. Some of you are going to be haters. I know some of you are still mad about Cavill and all that. I understand. You don't need to bother with me, because you ain't going to change my mind about it. And I ain't going to change yours. I understand that. But if you are excited for this, or even if you wanted to be and now you're not, anything like that, you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. Are you a super fan of this and like you can't believe you're getting an animated show? That kind of stuff and more. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely geek out with me in the comments. I look forward to seeing what you have to say. Other than that, click that thumbs up button. Give me that good old thumb of encouragement, as I do love to be encouraged. And remember that we will get through this. We will get through this together. And I do have to sometimes remind you what I mean by this, and this is anything you need it to be. You struggling with anything, it's always going to be easier with somebody else. Struggles, man. Other people help. Learn to make friends. Go out and talk to actual people, not on the internet. The internet is a fake place. All right? Hell, I try to be as authentic as I can, but it's not like if I'm in a terrible mood, I'm going to come over here and be like, I'm in a terrible mood. And I'm not today. I'm actually in a very good mood today. Mary, not so much today, because poor thing. Got caught in one of those things where it was sprinkling while she was loading a bunch of stuff in a car. And then it immediately downpoured, got soaked, and it's just, woof, poor girl. I love her, but I feel so bad for her today. I don't know what I'm going on about. Where are we at with things? Oh, we say this together, my goodness. Say it with me. We'll get through this. We will get through this together. All right, you can also check out my music anywhere you listen to music. Look up EricButts. Try a couple of songs, man, especially like Good Time. I can't think of any of my titles suddenly. 12 Things I Love About You. Haunted is a real popular one. That's probably my most popular one. That has a little Sum 41, Blink 182 kind of vibe going on. Anyways, check all that out. See what you think. More stuff is coming. I have new breakthroughs, and I'm also going to be making a bunch of short films next year. So eventually, we'll talk more about that. Go to ericbutts.com for all the funky butts fun you're looking for. And there's more with the links in the description below. Just click that see more button to see more butts. And on that note, I need to get on out of here so I can go watch some more stuff. Then I'll see you all later.